Number 2 on movie soundtrack week, and this one
Is a doozy.
Eminem, Lose Yourself.
Yeah, from the movie 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And this won a Grammy.
Nice.
No, Oscar. Sorry, I said Grammy earlier. I meant Oscar.
Oh.
This won an Oscar for Best Song.
Yeah, all of these probably won Grammys, but not an Oscar.
No, an Oscar. Winning an Oscar for a song, there's only like 2 categories. And one of them is a score, so that's
just
not
like
really...
song.
Yeah. This is like Best Song from a movie.
Dang, good job, man.
Yeah, this is on the likes of... I Think I Will Always Love You also won Best Song. So, either way, wow.
And like I said in the previous ones, send us your favorite songs from a movie soundtrack, and we'll do a week too.
Yeah.
Because this is something that a lot of people overlook, is a lot of great music gets inspired from movies.
Well, and a lot of classic songs, which were famous before, they get a resurgence
from a
because
movie.
they're put into movies, you know? I've heard so many songs, you're like, you know what? This song is sick. And I remember hearing it before, but now that I got the visual in front of me, I'm really feeling it. It connects you to the song more sometimes.
Exactly.
Sometimes songs don't make a splash until you see it in a movie.
Absolutely. Let's check this one out. That's Detroit.
That is big Detroit.
And this movie I have seen.
We've both seen this movie.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Brittany Murphy.
Right.
Yeah.
Shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment. Did you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, plow. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back's to these ropes. It don't matter, he's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home, that's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This old rhapsody better go capture this moment and hope it don't pass. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better.
That's so classic.
Oh, so much intensity.
I've been listening to this song for, man, it must be 20 years now.
Yeah, when did this movie come out? Like
I think it's 2002, yeah.
That's so long ago.
That's crazy. That's 20 years ago.
And this is something that we've talked about. Eminem started a movie about himself at the peak of his career.
Like, kind of about him.
Yeah, loosely based on his life, yeah.
Eminem.
Like, it's a white rapper in Detroit.
I mean,
there's really no other, other character.
That would be about. No, Eminem. No, it's a really interesting thought. Eminem started a movie loosely based on his life when he had never starred in a movie ever before.
Right.
Like, within the first few years of becoming famous.
Yeah, he's probably famous for like 4 or 5 years.
97, probably. When he started. Yeah. So that's, my first thought, bold move. That's a bold move.
Well, he believes in himself.
Yeah,
he's a born entertainer. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, and then his history, his life is.
It's interesting.
It's definitely not.
So he had a good story to.
Not common.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought that was strange that it wasn't just kind of about his life. Maybe he didn't want to involve like actual stories of people who wouldn't want
like
their
stories. Stories kind of like things that he experienced.
Just like general stuff. Because his name's not even Marshall in the movie. What is it like?
I don't know what
like Rabbit. It's His nickname is Rabbit, but what's his real? It's Jimmy or something, right?
Is it Jimmy? Yeah, is that what his mom tells him?
Something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember. I haven't seen this movie in so long. But I mean, I guess he can play himself. I can't remember how his acting really was in the movie. I assume it was fine, as far as I remember.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
That's a wild movie.
I mean, he's playing himself. But
playing himself in.
But even in this song, he refers to himself as Rabbit. So
yeah,
in this Eminem song, he's rapping as Rabbit, the character in the movie.
Yeah. You know what I love about this movie too is I think it mostly takes place in the winter.
It's so cold,
which really like sets it up. You know,
big coats.
Oh my gosh!
He's always wearing a hat.
I mean, we grew up in Western New York, so we know what a Detroit winter would feel like.
Yeah,
it's cold and it hurts.
Very, very cold.
Even a fall is pretty rough.
Escaping through this hole that is gaping. This world is mine for the taking. Make me king as we move toward a new world order. A normal life is boring, but superstardom's close to postmortem. It only grows harder, homie grows hotter. He blows, it's all over. These hoes is all on him. Coast to coast shows, he's known as the Globetrotter. Lonely roads, God only knows he's grown farther from home. He's no father. He goes home and barely knows his own daughter. But hold your nose, cause here goes the cold water. These hoes don't want him no more. He's cold product. They moved on to the next mo who flows. He knows dove and sold nada. So the soap opera is told. It unfolds. I suppose it's old partner, but the beat goes on. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better no more games. I'ma change what you call rage. Tear this motherfucking roof off like two dogs' cage. I was playing in the beginning, the mood all changed. I've been chewed up and spit out and booed off stage, but I kept rhyming and stepped right in the next cipher. Best believe somebody's paying the Pied Piper. All the pain inside amplified by the fact that I can't get by with my 9 to 5, and I can't provide the right type of life for my family. Cause man, these goddamn food stamps don't buy diapers, and there's no movie, there's no Mackay Pfeiffer. This is my life, and these times are so hard, and it's getting even harder trying to feed and water my seed. Plus, see the thought I caught up between being a father and a prima donna. Baby mama drama screaming on her too much for me to wanna stay in one spot. Another damn monotony's gotten me to the point I'm like a snail. I've got to formulate a plot or end up in jail or shot. Success is my only motherfucking option. Failure's not. Mama love you, but this trailer's got to go. I cannot grow old in Salem's lot. So here I go, it's my shot. Feet fail me not. This may be the only opportunity that I got. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot.
Wow,
He says so much.
I know.
He just paints this whole reality, this whole world for you.
Well, something I never really... I always kind of just thought of this song more so... I didn't think about it till now, but I always kind of saw this song a lot more as like a triumphing, a triumph over, his difficult childhood and the situations I need to get over, which he raps about in the first verse, and in the third verse is talking about how he can't, food stamps don't buy diapers, and I can't
But in
feed
that
my
second
kids.
verse, he talks about
how bad it is to be famous.
Yeah. He talks about he succeeded and he is triumphant, but now there's new obstacles there.
There's just always more.
There's always going to be something more.
There's always more. He became famous, and it's just weird people trying to take advantage of him or get something from him or grab him, and the spotlight's always on him, everyone judging him, everyone causing problems with him, and it's just like, man, you just can't get away from it.
Well, it's because the problems he has are with himself.
That's right.
And you can't get away from yourself.
And Eminem
So you got to squash the beef with yourself before you go around trying to fix the world around you. Because no matter how perfect the world around you is, you're still going to be struggling, still going to be suffering.
Yeah. I always loved how Eminem kind of always like talked down upon being famous and how it's just you just become a target the second you become famous. Everyone just attacks you or tries to get something from you. And, it's always something that he has to like defend. He always got to defend himself, but he's always like, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I do. There's always just this barrage of stuff. So he just started making fun of everyone around him, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to hear him speak in an interview because it doesn't sound anything like his rapping. He's so calm.
Oh.
He's so calm and not like, I mean, when you listen to like Slim Shady, it's so over the top.
Oh yeah.
It's so ridiculous. And obviously that's not everything, but even this is so like I'm fighting for it. And then in an interview, it's just like, he's just kind of like stone-faced, relaxed. Like, I wouldn't say relaxed. I'd say kind of.
He looks like he's on edge.
Intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like not very emotional besides his intensity, just general intensity.
Well, I mean, it just depends on how you've been socialized. I mean, clearly it comes from a place where you probably are on edge, looking over your shoulder.
He's always been.
So, and then he rises to fame, and that doesn't change. He's still having to look over his shoulder just for like different predators.
Yeah.
You know?
No one's going to
So
beat him up, but people are going to try to take advantage of him.
Yeah, use him for something. So
That's crazy.
He's paranoid. You can tell. You can see it. You can hear it in his words.
Yeah. And you can hear it in all of his songs.
Yeah.
And he constructs verses and everything. Like, I don't know. It's, I mean, one of the greatest.
I know that, this is kind of something fun that I was thinking about. In the studio or wherever he's writing, do you think there's ever a moment of like, well, I don't really know how to flow this part into that part? It seems like, he can bend a word over backwards and be like, oh yeah, that works. Like, my brain would never have figured that out.
He always finds another word. It's like isn't it almost like and I wouldn't say OCD, but it's kind of like an obsession to keep that line going. He's really into it.
Yeah, I think
it's just the way his brain operates.
Yeah, he's obsessed with rhyming.
Yeah, and like constructing rhymes and building that stuff. And I could see how
probably
you
a
could.
coping mechanism.
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
I mean, some
like-
people just use like counting or like naming, like memorizing things, but or like rhythms, but he's like rhyming.
Some
It's
people
all
wash
kind
their hands 100 times a day. He just
that's
rhymes
right.
words in his mind whenever
Yeah.
he's stressed out.
Yeah, and if you do that when you're stressed out, which is all the time, you'd get really, really good at doing it.
Yeah.
And then you start working on.
Well, it
your
becomes
flow
one of
and
those
stuff.
one of those things where it's the only thing that feels good to do, and you probably get like some kind of dopamine kick of like, oh yeah, that rhymes.
Oh,
with
that
that
flow
yeah.
was nice.
Like
Oh, that
he
flow was
equates
nice.
like
That was good.
as long as he can rhyme everything, he equates that with like he's doing all right, he's succeeding.
Yeah, like small victories.
Yeah,
in his mind.
just constant, and then it
Because-
becomes a very unhealthy obsession.
I mean, and that's a thing that so many people do. Like they have, like everyone has their own little things. Just like that's the thing that he did.
Yeah,
Everyone has their own little things where they do that. Those little like turns that just, okay, that makes me feel a little better. Sometimes it's a thing. Sometimes it's actually an addiction of certain things. Sometimes it's just a habit, like biting fingernails, stuff like that. But his is that, and
I'm sure it's other thing. I mean, I don't even know the guy, so I enjoy Eminem, but I want to call myself like a crazed
no,
fan.
not at all.
There's
I
no
think
basic
mainly we just
information
saw a
about him.
couple
Yeah.
interviews that he talked about that.
So this is our loose diagnosis of this young man's
But it's
psychosis.
just I mean, but it's not just about him. It's just about like, wow, what the human brain does, where he comes from,
Oh, yeah,
his
yeah,
experience, and like to always just recognize that, man, everyone's perception of the world and his view of everything is so different. And he's able to communicate it in this artistic form, which is so cool to actually understand and hear.
And he's got a nice voice. Do you hear him singing in the chorus? He sings in the background like every other line.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, it's
I'll have to
funny.
check that out.
Yeah, maybe it's here.
Shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music.
Oh, yeah.
The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your
Very
chance
low.
to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better.
Yeah, sings like every other line.
You set your mind to, man.
Dang, and then that song became the song that every high school sports boy listened to in 2002.
Yeah. 8 Mile.
I'm sure it played in my locker room when I was getting ready for a basketball game. So you gotta go out there and you got one shot to not miss your chance to blow.
Good old Detroit.
I've been to Detroit a few times.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was there with you.
Yeah. I think you've been with me in Detroit every time I've ever been, unless it was the airport.
Right. And I think I went there 2 times before.
Well, we went there as children. Our father's from Detroit.
Oh, right. He was born in Detroit. That's right.
Yeah, so we had gone to Detroit when we were young.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. It's fine. I don't know.
Well, Detroit. Well, it's a city in ruins. It's not fine. It's dilapidated. I mean, it's coming back. Yeah. It's got a little research.
Yeah,
Detroit.
Detroit.
A little kick in its step these days, but it was suffering quite some time.
I'll just say I've never quite seen any place like Detroit in my life.
No, there's no place like it in the U.S. at least.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any place like that anywhere because it would have to involve a place where a city was.
Right. That's true.
Like the only,
Yeah.
it's so abandoned. I'm sure it's doing better.
Well, Chernobyl.
I hope it's yeah.
People abandoned that city,
People
Joe.
abandoned Pripyat, Ukraine, that is near Chernobyl where everyone lived.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it felt like. Being in Detroit, kind of in the area that we were, it kind of felt like the zombie apocalypse had happened and there just weren't any zombies around.
Yeah.
Because all the buildings, every building besides the one place we were at was boarded up. And that was a bit shocking. I'll just say shocking.
Yeah, there's a lot of empty lots too, where houses used to be.
Yeah, that
so it's
too.
just kind of like a bunch of yards, with and then every so often there's just like an abandoned house.
I believe it's called urban blight.
Ah,
Yes, that means that you used to be a city and it's been overgrown.
Ah,
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see nature have a little rebound.
It
Have
always
its
comes
way.
back. Well, and especially in an area like that, if you had some sort of like abandoned city in Las Vegas, it would just sit there forever because no plants would grow through it,
Right,
no
yeah,
rain
yeah.
would take it down.
But up
or
there in
snow-
Michigan,
ooh, you
man,
get
the grass
winters.
grows in about 3.5 weeks.
I'm pretty sure there was like a full 20-foot oak tree growing out of a house right next to the place we were at.
Was it?
Yeah, there was a big hole in the middle of the house, and the oak tree was just coming. It was a beautiful house if it
Oh.
didn't have a tree growing out of it, but it did. And
Sprouted right up through the house.
yes, I
That's
believe.
fantastic.
I believe
There's a
I
lot
remember
to see
that.
in Detroit. I'll tell you that much.
There
Not
is
a dull moment.
Not a dull moment at all. Yeah, it was. It was. Well, I guess it's a little dull because no one was there.
Yeah, there was.
I mean, if you're looking for humans, it's dull.
yeah.
You're looking for old,
Interesting.
empty buildings.
Yeah,
It's something that looks like a movie set from an apocalyptic movie. Then
Yeah.
it looked like the world is over. It's kind of unbelievable.
Yeah. So it's
But
kinda
then you
cool.
go like a few blocks over, and it's like a full flowing neighborhood.
Yeah,
It's only like it's spotty.
Yeah, people are happening. All right. Well, we talked a lot about Eminem, but I don't regret a thing.
I don't.
I was trying to
don't.
mix it in with Aerosmith.
Yeah,
But it didn't
work. That's okay. I've been there before.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.